Hi, happy 2021. Hope everybody had a fabulous Christmas and a great lead up to 2021. Hope January is proving to be a much better month for everybody, regardless of COVID and regardless of the lockdown situation. I can't tell you how much I've been looking forward to 2021. Partly because I know that chemotherapy should be hopefully coming to an end. So I today want to share with you what I have been up to since round 4, 5 and 6. It's been a while since I've posted a video, and that's because I've been quite distracted by Christmas and New Year. I've really thrown myself in and kept myself distracted, kept myself occupied, which I'm really, really grateful for. So it was a really nice time to be able to do other things that have kept me distracted and occupied and not thinking about chemotherapy all the time. So what I will share with you today is my cycles that I have had. So cycle 4 happened on the 23rd of November, cycle 5 happened on the 14th of December, and then my most recent one, cycle 6, happened on the 5th of January. Now, you may remember me mentioning on previous videos, please revert back to some of my old videos that can explain, but I did mention some of the drugs that I have been given over my chemotherapy. Now, I keep referring to them as fec-t, so today I'm just going to explain a little bit more about those. So, in my first 3 cycles, I had the first 3 drugs, which are fec. F is for fluorouracil, also called 5-FU, and then E is for epirubicin, and C is for cyclophosphamide. More than likely my pronunciation is incorrect, but I'll put links out to these drugs. So those 3 drugs were given in my first 3 sessions of chemotherapy. They were best to be given together and not with the last drug, which was T. And so my cycles 4, 5, 6, and then my last one, which is about to come up towards the end of January, 7, they will have T. And so T is for docetaxel, commonly known as Taxotere. So that is the 4th drug, final drug of chemotherapy. But as well as that docetaxel, Taxotere, I have also been given 2 other drugs which have been given to me specifically because I am HER2 positive. So the first one is trastuzumab, which is commonly known as Herceptin. It's used to treat the spread of breast cancer. Now, my breast cancer has actually spread to 2 of my lymph nodes under my arm. So this specific drug will target the proteins on that tumour and stop it from spreading. So it is for people who are HER2 positive. It's part of chemotherapy for adjuvant treatment, and lymph node positive, which is what I am. As well as Herceptin, I'm also being given pertuzumab, so it runs commonly alongside Herceptin. The thing is, there are other drugs that are available, but it also depends on the size of your tumour. So I could have been given something else, but because my tumour was less than 5 millimeters big, they weren't able to give me any other drug, and this is the drug that they decided to give to me. So when I go in for chemotherapy at the moment, I am given these drugs in a specific order. What they do is they give the Herceptin first, then they give me a flush of saline, then they give me the pertuzumab, and then they give me a flush, but then I have to wait half an hour to an hour, depending on what cycle it is that I've been given, and then they then give me the last one, which is the docetaxel, the Taxotere. So once those 3 drugs are given, they then flush again at the end, and then I'm okay to go home. So every time the drugs are given in this specific order, so I know exactly how the treatment is going to flow. The very first time I had Herceptin, it was given to me over 90 minutes just to make sure that my body would be okay with it. And once it had gone through my system and they were about to put the flush on, I threw up. I was sick. So they gave me some more anti-sickness via the IV, which was really helpful. But since then, on a few days after each chemotherapy, cycles 4, 5 and 6, I've been sick. So it's just something that my body reacts in this way. I don't know whether it's just the Herceptin or whether it's the other drugs as well. But I was only sick once each time, and then I was okay after that. So yeah, I've got to see it as a positive. I'm lucky I'm not sick all the time. But yeah, it's not pleasant because I hate being sick, to be honest. So this time round, I have got some different side effects. When I had cycle 1, 2 and 3, the side effects pretty much kicked in a few hours after I had the treatment, whereas this time round, cycles 4, 5 and 6, the side effects don't tend to kick in straight away. The only one that does kick in straight away is I seem to be storing a lot of food. I feel like I'm slightly constipated, but not constipated where I feel uncomfortable. And the reason why that is, it's just like it's helping the medication in my system, I'm guessing. But then the side effects then eventually kick in a few days later, and that is when I then have diarrhea. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. So everything I'm storing for the first few days then eventually comes out. It's not uncomfortable, but obviously it's not a desired side effect. But it is something to be aware of. That does actually happen. I mean, this may not happen to everybody, but it's definitely happened to me. One of my next new side effects, should I say, is I have had a runny nose. It's constantly runny. Well, I'm saying constantly, I'm not here with a tissue right now, but sometimes when I blow my nose, because it's been so runny, I often find blood in my tissue. I don't have a nosebleed as such, but yeah, when I blow my nose into a tissue, it is quite shocking to look at, to think, where's this come from? But that is also a common side effect. Nothing to worry about unless you're bleeding quite heavily, I guess, which, touch wood, I haven't been, so something again to be grateful for. One of the ones which caused me quite a lot of issues is I've been having lots of aches and pains in my joints and my muscles. In my very first round of Taxotere, that's cycle 4, I had a very high temperature, and Adrian got really worried and was concerned that the temperature didn't seem to be coming down. So he took me into hospital, and they checked me out, and they said, unfortunately, this is just a side effect. Best thing to do is take some painkillers, and that's all they could really do for me. So what I've been doing since then is I've been having paracetamol, which has helped with the pains and aches of the joints and the muscles. They also gave me Ibugel for my muscle pain as well, which I've only used a little bit, not really needed it because the paracetamol has actually helped. But the other thing that's really helped is I have spent some time with my mum and my dad and my younger sister, and they have been amazing in terms of they've been massaging my arms and my legs and my back and my feet, because the pain was just intolerable to start with, to be honest. And as I've been taking, I've gradually got to realise how much paracetamol I need to take in order for the pains not to be there, or not for me to not feel them so severely. So yeah, when I remember when my mum first massaged my feet, I just burst out into tears. I was like, what sort of life is this? My mum shouldn't be massaging my feet. My mum's of an age where I should be massaging her feet and looking after her. It shouldn't be the other way around. But then before I went to bed, my younger sister massaged my legs and my feet as well. And yeah, it just makes you realise how much you really do rely on your loved ones and your people around you. And my heart sincerely goes out to anybody who's going through this and that doesn't actually have somebody around to like help them and support them. But reach out to, there's so many support groups that you can contact. A few people have contacted me on here, which has been amazing. I mean, all over the country, I'm sure there's God knows how many, but do reach out, look for those support groups where, you know, where people can actually help you or direct you to another group that can help you. Adrian as well has been fantastic. He's been looking after me and massaging my legs and back and feet, and he's just been trying to, you know, ensure that I feel as comfortable as I possibly can, which has been great. I can't say how grateful I am for having my support network around me. So again, still, I have had a lot of fatigue. I am tired a lot, but I would say it lasts for about a week maybe, the fatigue, so it's more manageable. Whereas on my first 3 rounds, my fatigue, it just took over quite a lot of my time. It took over a lot of the 3-week period between each cycle. So yeah, this time round it's been a little bit better. I feel like I've been able to do a lot more. Again, something to be grateful for. You know, you can take life for granted sometimes, and you know, having fatigue, it just completely knocks me and I'm not able to do anything. But on the days I'm able to do stuff, my God, do I want to do stuff. I'll go for a walk, I will, you know, pick up the phone and talk to friends and family, or I will, you know, do the ironing, do the cleaning, do some cooking, play with my kittens, yeah, whatever to just keep me going on the days where I'm not feeling really tired. I will mention that I've obviously lost more of my eyebrows. I've lost pretty much most of my eyelashes. It's quite strange to look at myself, but yeah, I'm getting used to it. You know, it is part and parcel of what I'm going through, and I'm not the only one. I know there's so many other people in the world that are going through, you know, something similar. So yeah, it's just something I have to live with, I guess. And yeah, it was really hard to start with, but you know, I've had so many positive people in my life who have given me so many lovely compliments, and I'm really grateful for everybody who has sent me a message and who have said you're beautiful inside and out. It's, you know, it's really nice that you've taken time out to message me and make me feel better within myself. So thank you so much, because it has helped me. It really has. I have also had fluid retention and I have put on weight, which is surprising. Everybody keeps saying, have you lost weight through chemotherapy? And I'm like, no, I haven't actually. I've been quite good. I've, you know, on the days where I feel poorly, yeah, that's when I lose my appetite. But then on my better days, my God, do I make up for those days where I've not eaten. I make sure I'm eating plenty. I can't go with my stomach rumbling. If my stomach's rumbling, I need food, and I need food quick. So yeah, I haven't lost any weight, which is a good sign. But I have got water retention, and I find throughout the day I don't tend to use the bathroom as often. But then as soon as I'm getting into bed and I'm ready for sleep, I'm waking up like at least 2, 3, even 4 times sometimes just to use the bathroom. And it's quite crazy, but it's that also partly leads to my fatigue, because I'm not sleeping very well throughout the night because I am using the bathroom. So sometimes I do feel a bit lethargic throughout the day, but it doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do, basically. And last of all, this is something it's driving me insane. It's another thing which is keeping me awake at night. I am going through menopausal symptoms. I am having hot flushes and night sweats. It's horrible. I'm sweating through my head, and I feel really clammy when I touch my head. It's horrible. I'm literally taking the duvet off me just to cool down, and then as soon as I've cooled down, I'm really cold, and then the duvet's back on. But yeah, it's just insane. It's another thing not letting me go to sleep. I hate it, and I haven't had a period, to be honest, through these last couple of cycles. So they do advise that women of my age could possibly lose their fertility after chemotherapy. The older you are, the less likely you are to have fertility come back. So yeah, it's something that they mentioned to me right at the beginning, so it was something I'm aware of. So watch this space. You just never know. I don't know what my future holds for me. But yeah, fertility was something that they raised right at the beginning of my chemo, right at the beginning of, as soon as they had basically mentioned that I have breast cancer back in August. So yeah, it's quite a sensitive subject. But yeah, maybe sometime I will do another video on fertility if people want me to. So I, just as well as all of this, I do want to mention that I have been given injections to boost my immunity. So I am given injections to take on day 3 after my treatment is given. So I was given my treatment on the 5th of January, which was Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I start my injection on the Thursday. It's 1 injection to take, and best to take it at night time, and that is to be given over 5 nights. They say that injection is part of the reason why I'm in pain with my muscles and my joints, because it's basically encouraging my body to produce white blood cells. So it's important that I take it, and it's mainly over those 5 days when I'm taking the injections that I do feel at my most weakest, should I say, when I feel really poorly. So yeah, just something to be conscious of. I also, in cycles 4, 5, 6, have been given steroids, and I take those steroids for 3 days. I take it for the day before my treatment, the day of my treatment, and then the day after my treatment. So it's only for 3 days. So basically the very first 3 cycles, I was given a few more medications, more in terms of anti-sickness, diarrhea, fatigue, etc. So I was given a lot more medication then, but this time round, and I was also given the injections then as well. So you are taking the injections throughout the duration of chemo. But then on the second round, I have literally just been given the steroids and the injections. So again, another thing to be grateful for, something less to be taking. I did actually just want to show you my nails if I can. So can you see they have basically gone dark purple? So that is again another side effect of chemotherapy. So that's been happening since I started back on the 21st of September. They say it will grow out, so I'm looking forward to them growing out. But yeah, so I have my last chemotherapy session on the 28th of January. So it's just a little bit more than 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks and 2 days, but it's because they couldn't quite fit me in. But I'm just lucky and grateful that I am actually having my treatment, because I know there's so many people due to COVID and the pandemic that people's treatments have been delayed, operations have been delayed. So all I can say is thank you to the NHS where I'm being treated. You know, everybody's been fantastic, and my treatment has been going as per plan. So after my last session, my 7th session, they are basically saying to me I can have all of February to recover. from my chemotherapy, which is really nice. I'm so looking forward to a month of not having any treatment. I will have some scans where they will be able to identify whether the tumour has shrunk. I did have a scan back in December, and they did show that it had shrunk, but because it's a small tumour anyway, it only shrunk by a slight amount, but that's a positive sign. So they are going to do another scan in February, I think, so then I should know more, because the full amount of chemo has been given to me. They are preliminarily booking me in for my breast surgery early March. I won't lie, I am shitting my pants over it. I've never had surgery, so it could be where they keep me in overnight, or they may let me out on the same day. It just depends on how I react to the anaesthetic, to be honest. That's what they're saying to me. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it, basically, but at this point in time, I'm not feeling great about it, and every time I do think about it, it really, really freaks me out. So I intend to talk to a few people, get some opinions and some help from people, basically, as to how I can manage my anxiety around it. So after surgery, they basically said I'll have another few weeks to recover. Could be 3 to 4 weeks, I don't know. But they'll also take a tissue sample at the point of doing the surgery, and they will identify how many radiotherapy sessions I will need, and it could be anywhere from 5 sessions to 15 sessions. And these sessions will be given to me every single day other than the weekends. So it'll be 5 days on, 2 days off, etc. So I don't know at this point how many radiotherapy sessions I'm going to need. Yeah, I don't quite know where I'm at emotionally. I'm up and down. I think I've had a really nice high with Christmas, but now I'm obviously back to drawing my head down to chemotherapy and surgery and radiotherapy now. So yeah, it's all up in the air, but yeah, I'm trying to keep positive. I keep talking to people, and all I can do is just take one day at a time. Yeah, all I can say is I'm really, really happy that I've had so many positive people in my life. Everybody has given me such great support. It's unbelievable how many people have reached out to me and said various different things, to keep me going, to keep me encouraged and motivated to keep fighting this. So, for some people who I've not heard in like 10, 11 years, people who I used to go to primary school with, secondary school with, people who I went to college with, university with, people are really reaching out to me, and I can only say thank you. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for giving me positivity, and thank you for giving me some light in my life. I can't tell you how much each and every single message actually does really mean to me. So I will leave you there for now. Please do feel free to drop me a message if there's anything you want to ask me. Please do reach out. I will try and answer as much as I can. I will drop some links into the description part of this video, so you can see what drugs I have been given, etc., how the chemotherapy is planned for me. If there's anything you would like me to add into another video going forwards, I've already had a few people reach out to me and ask me, Jazz, can you do a video just to show how you can assess yourself to see whether you have breast cancer or not. So that is something I'm thinking about, and I hope I do get round to posting a video quite soon about that. If you want to know anything else, please drop a message in the comments field, and I'm more than happy to pick it up on my next video or respond to you directly. So yeah, I look forward to any feedback, comments that you may have, anything that I can help with. So I will leave you there. Thank you again for watching my video. I am truly very appreciative, and I am now looking forward to my last and final chemo session, which is on the 28th of January. I hope it all goes positively well, and I will definitely speak to you after the 7th round. Thank you for watching again. It means a lot to me. Take care, everybody, and Happy New Year again.